Good to see you back for a brand new coffee tech break with Jan. Today I got another great video for you lined up again because I'm gonna take you through that portfolio which we have available. Now, not only in the presentation, but I know a lot of people always appreciated the practical side of my channel also. So I will also take you through those devices. So which CCX phones are supported today with the Zoom Phone Appliance software? So that is the CCX600 and the CCX700. These two are officially supported today. So always check the release notes and the Zoom site for the supported devices. So the 600 and 700, what's the difference? The 700 has a built-in webcam. So if you look at the 700, which I have here in the back, that one has a built-in webcam, which is available instantly when you got that Zoom Phone Appliance running, which I will show you in a bit. The 600 doesn't have a built-in webcam. So you need to use, for example, Eagle Eye Mini, or and you can, for example, use the P5, which I will do here. So you just hook that up to your 600 and you got that similar experience. And an external webcam is okay. You can just also put the webcam on top of your screen, for example. So that makes sense. You are a bit more flexible. And you can actually also add a webcam, an additional webcam, to the 700 if you want. So you have the ability to even then switch between those cameras. So the Zoom Phone Appliance software goes really far in supporting all those features. Now this is the 600, as you see here. You got them with a handset and without a handset. Similar for the 700, that's also available with or without a handset. And trust me, there's still a lot of customers who just like this experience, just having a private call or something available this way. So that is still a possibility when you look at those phones. The one without the handset is only the screen, as you see right here. This is the one 700 with just the screen, 7-inch screen. A very nice screen, touch screen. So this is what I will show you later on. Now those devices, if you look at the connectors that they have, so here on the side, for example, what you can see, it has the USB-A and a USB-C port, as well as on the 600 and 700. So you're able to hook up a webcam or a headset. Now on the back, let me also show you that quickly. On the back side here, you can find some connectors. So you got an electronic hook switch. You got here an RG connector for a headset. You can add here your laptop if you need to pass that through. Here we got the LAN and we got the power supply. So you can also power it using PoE, as you see right here. So you can add a LAN cable and then use that as the power, or if you don't have PoE, you can add PoE there. Now here on the top, you see here you can add Kensington lock. So if you want to lock the device, that is also a possibility to make sure that it stays in the room. Now this is also very flexible, so you can put the device in ever state you want to have it. So you can put a little bit more up or a little bit more down. So I think that's very flexible. There's also a wall mount for these phones. So if you want to hook it up against the wall, that is also a possibility. There's an indicator here, voice indicator at the top, touchscreen. So this is what I will show you, that whole experience. You see here the mute button on the right side, as you see right here. So here you can mute it. You got volume control right there. So these are very nice devices, sort of small video appliances in combination with Zoom. Now, what I want to do today is first show you how to enable these devices. So you first got them out of the box. Maybe you have there somewhere a CCX600 or maybe a 700 laying around. I will show you how to put them into that Zoom phone appliance mode And then I will show you that experience, which I think is really nice. I want to take you through that experience with my buddy, which I got right here, my partner close-up in crime, and my P5, which will be pointing here to my CCX600. I will add a webcam to it, and I will take you through that whole experience from enable it in the Zoom appliance mode. Also can show you that in Lens and how to enable that. And we'll take you through all the features and functions that you have available throughout this session. Now, hopefully you enjoyed it. Let's jump in my computer now and first enable Zoom Phone Appliance on these devices. Now, take a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and let me take you through that experience of how can you enable your CCX600, 700, maybe you got one lying around there, and you want to test that with that Zoom Phone Appliance, you're able to do that. Now, first, there are several ways to turn it into a Zoom Phone Appliance. You got that local web UI of the phone, you got PolyLens as a centralized platform, and you got the phone UI. So also on the phone itself, you can change it to different platforms. So I will show them all three, and at the end, I will probably use PolyLens as a centralized platform to change that and show you that whole experience and logging into that Zoom Phone Appliance. Now, first off, here you can see that local web UI. You find here some basic information. You maybe need to turn this on. So by default, it could be as disabled or it's only available through HTTPS. So this is something you can check. And under the advanced settings on the phone UI, you can always enable this web UI if you want to. Now, there's also a possibility to force an upgrade here. So if you're running around with your device and you're behind in software, you can always check that right here under the utilities, check for software updates. So here you can always select that latest version and install it. This will automatically grab that from the support site from Poly and will install it automatically. And that should give you the possibility to select here under simplified setup as base profile. It should give you the possibility to select Zoom Phone as you see right here. There's the other options. So you got your generic, which is OpenSIP. Set it to Sky for Business. If you still got that on-premise Sky for Business environment, you got USB optimized. So using the phone really as a USB peripheral for speaker and mic. You got here the native Teams and that Zoom Phone option. This is the first way to turn it into a Zoom Phone appliance. Now the next option is change the provider mode through PolyLens. So if you have your phone onboarded in PolyLens, then you should have it available in your inventory. So what I've done in my home office, so I got that DHCP option where I can put in the comments a link so you can easily add Lens as your centralized managed platform as a DSP option in your network. And then CCX phones or any other Poly devices will automatically pop up in PolyLens. I think this is really nice. I've done similar thing here. So the phone will automatically come here into my inventory just out of the box. Then I can go to settings. Really nice. I go to my settings, go to general settings, and here you got that option available, provider mode. If I click on that, so as you can see, you see similar options as we just saw in the web UI. We got them also right here. So OpenSIP, Sky for Business, USB optimized Teams, and the Zoom Phone option. And so here you also have the ability to change that phone into the Zoom Phone Appliance mode. Now, the last option is through the phone UI. So let me also show you that. So here you see a close-up shot of the phone. So as you can see, this is the phone I have right here on my desk. I have the close-up shot camera right here. So I will put them a bit closer. And here you can really see that experience, which I can see here on the phone. I think really nice. So where do you change it in the Zoom Phone appliance mode? Similar. So we go here to settings. We go to advanced settings right here. We go. Now we go to administrator settings. We go to network. And then right below, go here, you go to that profile settings, here you go, similar. So here you see also that generic, Skype for Business, USB optimized, Microsoft Teams and Zoom Phone. What you will see is when I'll put it into that Zoom appliance mode, it will download automatically the latest APK and install that on the phone. Really nice. So there's by default, there is no Zoom Phone Appliance installed. There's no application installed by default. This will all be done on the fly as soon as I put it in that mode. So what I'm going to do is, as I showed you earlier in Lens, I showed you that changes. So I will apply that now in the Lens platform. So I go into the phone and apply that Zoom Phone Appliance profile. All right, which I've done right now. Now, what you will see is the phone is in direct contact with Poly Lens in the cloud. So as you see, a phone will now reboot and it will install automatically the latest Zoom Phone Appliance APK from Zoom. So the CCX is starting up now, and let me show you what will happen. It should now, as I've set it to Zoom Phone Appliance, it should be set to grab that latest APK from Zoom directly. So as you can see right here, the Zoom Appliance software has been downloaded now. Now, as soon as it is installed, what you will see is that it will start the Zoom Phone application. And here you go. We got it up and running now. This is it. So the phone, I think it was like 3 minutes and it's ready to go. You just put it into that Zoom Phone Appliance mode through Web UI, Lens, or on the phone UI, and you're ready to go. Now, what do we have in the basis? I think that would be good to know. So we have a sign in button. So if I click on that, I can sign in the phone, which I will do in a bit. And so I will show you that experience by logging in through my laptop. The other experience we have, which we have new meeting. So this is similar we had on the Zoom room. So if I click on that new meeting, what it will show you, it will give you that test experience. So this is an unlicensed room, so we haven't tested any license yet, but you can find some features here. So there's no camera yet, so I will attach that in a bit so you're able to see that also. So this is a 600 which doesn't have that internal webcam. You got mute button here, you got the view button. So I think most of the people know all those features, which I will walk through in a bit. Or this is just for testing. So you can just have a meeting. Here you can find some information on that test meeting. So you got the ability to let a laptop join into this meeting. So you can test the audio and video. There's no content. This is just purely for just a quick test meeting. Now the other option is to join a meeting. And this is what I really like from the Zoom, from the Zoom software, also from the Zoom Room software, is that you can always join a meeting. Just punching a meeting ID, you can join even without logging into the device. I think that it gives a lot of customers great flexibility. So similar, you see that here. Now, also we got a sort of hidden menu. So there is here in the top, if you slide a bit down, what you will see is you come into that Poly menu. So I can click here on that icon, and here you can go underwater to change some things of like the screen brightness. You can configure some out of office things. You can do that also to the Zoom, to the Zoom admin portal, but also here on the phone if you want to. So you can always dive in there. And similar is if I click here underneath, you see also that same icon. So I can click on it, and now you got a sort of accessibility to some features of the application. So as you can see, it's an unlicensed room. So I cannot change here anything as similar with the Zoom room. You can see my version here. You got the domain I'm working in. You can go here to the system settings. So these system settings are similar as I just showed you through that other menu. So you can go here into some basic or advanced settings. where you need to change some information, maybe the time zone or the 24-hour clock, etc. So you can force a reboot if you want. What do we have more? A microphone. So here you can test the microphone if you want it. So if I click on that, it will now do some tests. And I'm running the testing. So if you keep on talking, it will record and then it will play. Really nice. So you always have the ability to test microphone and speaker function. Similarly here for a speaker. So I can test the speaker right here and the volume. So this is available without even logging into the phone. Then on the camera, we don't have any devices. So this is what I will show you. I have here, for example, a P5, which I will put here on the CCX600. And let me add that USB cable to it. And immediately what you will see is that the camera is detected. And so now we have also a camera available on our device. And what is also nice is that this is used by a cable. So you can easily put this camera, the P5 or the Eagle Eye Mini, you can put it on your desktop and then you're able to use those devices directly, maybe not on the phone, but then directly from your desktop. Really nice. So this is without even logging into the phone, you got some features available. This is similar what I've seen with the Zoom room where you had that non-signed in experience, that personal experience, and that Zoom room experience. So I see that also a similar functionality here also on the Zoom Phone Appliance. Now, the next step, what I want to do is logging in the phone and show you some of those phone functionalities of that device. Now, let me first go into the sign-in, all right, and take you through the web interface here on my laptop to sign in the phone with an account. So how do we sign in? So it will point you to zoom.us/pair. So we type in that code which we have here on the phone. We say continue. All right, now we go back to the phone. Now, after signing in, you will come into this wizard there where you can set a PIN. Of course, if you walk out of your executive office or your home office, you got kids at home, you want to make sure you protect it, that they're dialing out to everybody. So here you can set a PIN. You can also set that up later. Now, what you see immediately is that the interface is similar as you've seen in my other videos on the TC8. Exactly the same. So this feels very familiar if you are on a desktop app, a phone app, a Zoom room, or the Zoom Phone Appliance. You everywhere have that same experience, which I think is really powerful. It doesn't matter what the user, which room is walks in, everywhere the same experience. So also this interface, I think, feels very comfortable for the user. What are the options in the interface? So this is a sign-in user. This is a basic phone license. So what options do we have? So first off, you see here Meet. So you can actually start just a meeting, ad hoc meeting, invite other participants, which I will do in a bit to show you also those controls. You can do that, and you can do that like with a random key, or you can use, if you want to use your personal meeting ID, you can do that also. So if you have a lot of meetings with the same people, you're able to provide them your personal meeting ID, your PMI, and then people are able to join very easy. So you can tick that if you want to, and this will mean if you now click that meet button, it will just use your personal meeting ID and you're able to join that very quickly. If you want to join a current meeting and you want to punch in the meeting ID, you can click on join, and here you can just punch in that meeting ID. You got the ability to join a current meeting. Really flexible. Now, the other thing you can do is you can set here, you got that redirect button. If you quickly want to punch a number, that's also a possibility, just using that line which we have here. You can get here your numbers, you got your speed dial right there. So you can program, if you got multiple of those Zoom phone appliances, you can get that extension dialing. So just with some quick numbers, you're able to dial to other people. Now on the home screen, what more do we have? We got the calendar here. So if we have an invitation, we can get a calendar invite there. You're able to quickly click that join button to join a meeting. Same thing here. So you got that keypad button which you can click. So that's similar if you click on that line. So here you have that line available to punch a number. Here you got some history. So if you previously dialed so you can clear the history or clear all history. You find voicemail. Yes, also Zoom appliance. We got a voicemail functionality, so you can access your voicemail, which could also be video, of course, video voicemails. So that's, I think, really nice. Yeah, and we got contacts available here. So here you can, for example, dial to a Zoom room. So I have a Zoom room right here. So from your contacts, not only persons, but can also be a Zoom room. So let me try to find a Zoom room right here. Here you go. So you can search for it, and now you can have a point-to-point call between this device and the Zoom room. So let me call now and dial to this Zoom room right here. Here you go. Let me pick that up and make sure, of course, that I will mute everything and stop the video here to show you the interface. Now I'm connected here to the Zoom room, and as you can see, I got similar functionality as you've seen earlier with the Zoom room. So I can here just share a screen. You got all the information to let your application or using through the web browser, your ability to share screen, start, stop, video, mute, unmute. We can start whiteboarding here, which I will show you in a bit. We can change the view. Also similar to the what we have on the Zoom room. Under more, here expect also similar features. So you got raise hand, the security. So here you can lock the meeting, enable waiting room, high profile, similar for when participants join. What are by default possible when they join a meeting, and so really nice. So there's a lot of things have been given some thought looking at security, and the same thing is that here with that Zoom Phone Appliance. Manage participants, so if I click on that, you got the ability to probably make devices the host and chat, pin video, make co-host. Oh yeah, so you got all similar functionalities as we've seen earlier with the Zoom room. So we got the chat similar. So here we can set a chat also from the Zoom room side. We probably can chat something to the Zoom Phone Appliance. We do that. Hi. All right. And what more do we have? Besides the chat, we got settings. So these are just the basic settings as you've seen earlier. Just microphone, speaker, camera, and the banner. So just very simple and straightforward. Now let me show you quickly whiteboarding. So I have here now the Zoom room running. So if I start a whiteboard with this device, what are then the possibilities? So if I start whiteboard now, let me do that. You can see here on the Zoom room that whiteboard has been started. All right. And here you got the same features and functions you've seen earlier with the Zoom room whiteboard. So you got here the drawing pens, you got a cleaner colors, you can set here different shapes and pen sizes. You can revert back and delete. Really nice. So basic functionality, and I think this is really nice when somebody actually shares some content. So you can annotate over it, and I will show you that in a bit to also give you an idea of that experience. Now, whiteboarding, can we do that at the same time? So let me quickly open up here a whiteboard with the Zoom room, doing right now. Okay, so on the Zoom room side, let me see if I can do that. So I will put a marker in there on the Zoom room side. Yes, I got the ability here to set whiteboarding, same thing. All right, and here you go. So I have the ability from the Zoom room side to do that same thing. So, all right, do that right here. Okay, let me there, right here. We do that right there, and here you go. Voila. And we finished the project. So you can do that actually at the same time between the CCX, the phone appliance, and between the Zoom room in this case. This is just the basic whiteboarding, and just to show you some of that functionality. So let me close that. So you could save it, similar as we had available on the Zoom room. So you can save it into the chat, or you can email it to the participants. You also see here below the option to save that as PNG or as a JPEG. Yeah, so that is all the same. So it looks really familiar. I think that is really powerful, really familiar for most of the users who are already using that Zoom application. Let me end this one for all. Here you go. So here we are back into the Zoom Phone Appliance interface, and I will show you in a bit what content, for example, does. So we got an external participant who will share content. Can we then annotate into something? So this is something I will do in a bit. And what is more available? We got sign in as a guest. So this is hot desking. So you can turn on hot desking onto the Zoom Phone Appliance. So you got the ability here to always sign in as a guest and to work on the phone. We got sign out button, and we got here the settings, and these are the settings which I already showed you earlier. Now what I wanted to do is start an ad hoc meeting, just a random meeting idea, and let an external participant join and share a presentation. So starting an ad hoc meeting now. Let me make sure I mute the audio so we don't have anything singing around, and mute the video so you can see the interface right here and the features that are available. Now, let me now let an external participants join this meeting. So to do that, I'll click here on the top left on the meeting idea that was generated. So I'll let an external participant join now using this meeting ID. So we got all the information on the laptop here now from an external participant. So let me show you that we should be able to see an external participant joining the meeting. So let me check on our participants. All right, so the person is joining now. I will join it with computer audio, make sure I mute. So as you can see, Max Coffee has joined the session now. As you can see, Max Coffee is now here in this video session. So you can see his video here right on the screen. So he's in a much better place than I am, using also a virtual background to show you also that experience on the Zoom Phone Appliance. Really nice. So you got this full integrated Zoom experience. Now, what options do we have here? So again, we can start whiteboarding. But for the external participants, is he able to share? So let me look on the security. And what you can see that the person external is not by default able to share. So let me enable that. This should give the possibility for Max Coffee, who's sitting there at the beach, to share something. So let him share something and see if we receive that here on the Zoom Phone Appliance. Now, as you can see, the content being received on the Zoom Phone Appliance, really nice. And you can see that I can change also the layout if we want. View, we can go here to thumbnail. Yeah, and we can go to gallery view. So you can see you actually can change also the views, as I've showed you also earlier on the Zoom room. All right, now let me see if we can do some annotation. So I can annotate from the remote location. So let me try to do that. Annotating now on the other side there. And now let me see if I can do the same thing. All right, so we see the icon here popping up. So let me see if we can do the same thing right here. And yes, we can do that. Really nice. So you see also the name there popping up. So we can work from both locations. Here you go on the content and similar, just using the right colors here. And same thing, I can do that also here. So you got that ability. If you want to do some annotation, that is an option, as you can see. Really, really nice. And there's also even the request remote control. So if I click on that, Here you go. You can even ask for remote control. So then you can remote control, for example, somebody shares a presentation or something, you got the ability to do that. So as you've seen, you can really do quite some things now with the Zoom Phone Appliance. So really looking forward into the new year. So as you've seen, some great features on the Zoom Phone Appliance, a lot of possibilities and options available. Now, the last thing what I want to show you is the backend. So there's a lot of things you can set in the backend of the Zoom Phone Appliance. So you can centrally configure extension numbers, hot desking, assign if they can dial to external PSTN numbers, etc. So there's a lot of configuration options there. So here you see that Zoom admin portal. Now, what is important is if you want to play around with the Zoom Phone Appliance, you need to have at least the Zoom Phone basic license. That's very important. So you need to have that attached, maybe in a sort of trial or something else. So if you want to test that out, that is very important. So if you got that attached to your account, you're able to log in on the CCX600 and 700 in that Zoom Phone Appliance mode. Now, further, what you have available is there's a lot of things. So you can set country, you can set shortcut codes, you can also enable recording. On the device management side, there's a lot of things you can do. So remotely, you can force upgrades. You can remove the user from the phone or assign it to a group. There's a lot of options possible. So I think really, really powerful full platform. Now, further, what we have, looking at the policies. So looking at policies, you can call here, for example, to external numbers, but as I have a phone basic license, you need, as you see here, you need to have a phone, Zoom Phone Metric, Unlimited or a Pro plan to, if you want to do call forwarding to external numbers or select outbound caller ID. So if you want to do these type of things, that probably need a more enhanced license, and turn on emergency dialing. You can turn on automatic recording, ad hoc recording, international calling, voicemail, Zoom phone on mobile, SMS, the call overflow as you see here, forwarding calls, call parking. It's huge. There's a lot of features and functionalities here in that Zoom admin portal. So I would recommend it to get in contact with Zoom and just see which license will fit your environment, or try to get some trial licenses and play around with it. Now, here ends the session for today on the Zoom Phone Appliance. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We walked through the experience on the CCX600 and 700. Hopefully it gave you a good impression of what the possibilities are. I think this is a really powerful platform. If you look at the consistency across the different devices, app, phone, laptop, in the Zoom room, and now similar on the CCX600, 700, I think really powerful. So a user doesn't have to learn a new interface all the time, as it's across the board, the same functionality and same features, which I think is really powerful. Now, of course, there will be software updates, so I keep you updated on some new functionality moving into 2022. If you got some questions, you can always put them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them as good as possible. And also, if you like this type of video, don't forget to subscribe, so I will give you a sign when a new video is uploaded. Thanks for watching, and I'm already looking forward to the next video.